Greetings and welcome, my friends. This is Apocalypto, the Golgari deck, featuring the big elemental cat from Bloomburrow. The aim is to use crafty little men along with discard to limit the opponent's options. We have card draw and utility cards to help us power our way through the game. Our top end is our big cat that eats other men alive. We start out with the full set of Iridescent Vinelasher. He's a small guy that has offspring, so we can make a token copy for just 2 more mana. Whenever we have a land enter play on our side, he hits the opponent for 1 damage. It might not seem like much, but it adds up in the long run. Ruthless Negotiation is a great card to hit the opponent with. It'll exile a card right out of their hand for just a single black mana. For 5 mana, we can play it again from our grave and get a draw as well. Bandit's talent is more hand disruption. This little enchantment makes them toss a card, and if they choose to toss a land, they have to discard 2 cards. For a single black mana, we can take this up to level 2, which deals 2 damage to the opponent if they have 1 or less cards in hand. For 4 mana, we can level it up to level 3, where we get an extra draw if the opponent is at 1 card or less in hand. Feed the Cycle is a new removal. We can use it on enemy men or planeswalkers. We have the ability to play it out for 2 mana if we forage, and if we can't, we can pay an extra black mana to snipe an enemy. Pawpatch Formation is a funny little card. It's really just a way to cycle this into something else, but if we need the other 2 modes, we'll be ready. As a bonus, the draw a card option also gets us a food token, in case we need a bit of life to stay in the game. Wear Down is a great disenchant. We can use it to knock out an enchantment or artifact, and if we gift a card, we can use it to snipe 2 instead. Synthesizer decks might be running rampant, so we'll be ready just in case. And if we don't have any targets, our elemental cat will let us use this on any enemy men. Phyrexian Arena is our dedicated card draw. Sure, it costs us 1 life for every extra card we draw, but that is a small price to pay. Clifftop Lookout is a neat little ramper that gets us an extra land when we play him out. As a bonus, he also has reach, so we can block up any enemy men with flying. Our top end is Ygra, Eater of All. It's our big finisher if our early to mid game hasn't gotten the job done. It's a big 6/6 cat that gets bigger every time any creature dies. It makes other men food in addition to their other types, which lets us pick them off with artifact removal. Cease and Desist is a great card to have in the deck. It'll snipe cards in any grave at instant speed and gives us a draw as well as 2 life. Desist will destroy all enchantments and artifacts, and with our elemental cat in play, it'll wipe out all other men as well. Fire in the Hole. The Black Virtue is a powerful card that we can use as removal early on and then eventually play it out as the big 7 mana enchantment. We'll be able to get back any men in any grave and use them to attack the opponent's life total. For lands, we've got the full set of Restless Cottage, the Golgari Man Land, 4 Llanowar Wastes, the Golgari Pain Land, 4 Festering Gulch, the Golgari Desert, 6 Forest, and 6 Swamps. Playing the deck can be a bit tricky early on, as you'll have to decide which cards to play out and which to save for another turn. Often we'll want to hit the early discard and limit what the opponent can do. Almost always save the Vinelasher until you can pay the offspring cost to get the token copy. Any little bit of damage we can get with it goes a long way to helping reduce the opponent to 0. The mid-game should see us trying to ramp up to the cat, and we can use it to tear up their board. Eat them alive, my friends. That's the deck, boys. Let's go play some games.
Do you want to play a game?
This is Arch Taurus. No, wait. It's Arch 2 Ruse. That's more ruse than I care to know about. We're kicking things off with a 3-lander, all tap lands as well. We have some early plays along with the removal, so we should be all right. Keep your Bloomburrow pants on. They get a 2-drop down on schedule. It must be nice. We drew into a Lookout, which will be a good follow-up play on our next turn, but for now we'll make them toss a card with one of our talents. They are all about the rat men. We'll be taking some hits, but we have big backup on the way. Let's hit them with another talent and we'll fire off a cease to draw into something else. That's a third talent we drew. We're rather talented, with or without pants. They've fired off a song and we'll be taking yet another hit. The rats are coming together as a team. We're getting run over. Our play has to be the lookout. We might be running out of time, especially if they are able to keep playing men. They come in and will block up one of their tokens. Sure, it gets pumped, but it'll be one less rat they have. We're in a pickle. We could play out the cat, but we run the risk of them having a removal. Blocking with one of our man lands is a possibility, but that also leaves us vulnerable to a removal. We'll limit their options further, and then take out one of their men. It might not matter much which one we take out first, but it might save our life total more if we smash the Piper. They cut us down to one life, the most precious of all. That last life point. That virtue might be our way out. We can snipe their 2/2 and play out our lookout. We'll be able to block up and go back down to 1, but we can recover from there as long as they don't get more men. That's a golden ticket removal. That's GG's. It never fails. We always lose the first game with a new deck. Bro, that's your IP address. What are you doing? We get another 3-lander with hand disruption early. A Vinelasher and a lookout means we can get damages in without having to attack. Let's take out a card before they've even played a land. Let's see what they got rid of. Information is always valuable. Looks like they're concerned about Synthesizer. We drew a talent, and that's going to be our play. Let them toss a card. We nailed a piece of removal. They might have more, but we'll take the chance. Even if they do have more removal, they'll need 2, since we're playing out the Vinelasher with Offspring. We'll get a token copy. There's an edict for the Vinelasher, but they'll need something else for the token that was left behind. The Forge has gotten rather popular as of late. It's all right. It does take some time for it to build up. We'll play out a lookout and then get in with our token as well. In the damage race, we're a little bit ahead. Plus, we have the wear down we can use on their Forge if it gets out of hand. They drop another Forge. That is going to be too much. We'll have to do something about them pretty soon. We get another Vinelasher. Let's play it out, and we'll go with Offspring as well. This leaves us at 2 mana, which is enough for wear down. Let's go ahead and clear out their forges. Sure, we gift them a card, but we clear out their board. They use Removal on the Lookout. I'm not sure why they went with him. The Vinelasher is going to do far more damage. They must have realized the error of their ways. GG's. This is Sell Us a Bagel. No, wait, it's Celeste a Bagel. We're on a roll with these 3 landers. We've got some early removal as well as our card we can cycle, and Cease is simply more card draw if we need it. This should be fine. Keep your pants on. They played out a Selesnya land, so we'll hang on to the formation for now. They could end up being an enchantments deck. Never rule them out. That's a Gobakon. If they flip it, the formation can take it out. Let's see what they take. They nab our Virtue. They don't like removals. A Vinelasher is excellent. We'll fire him off with Offspring. It's the rabbit that gets bigger with more rabbit friends, and you know how they multiply. We got a 4th land. Let's smash their bunny and get in some damages. What the? Where you going, bro? GG's. This is Pete Signs, brother of Carlos Signs. Let's get it on. You knew we had to come down to earth eventually. Here's the usual 2-lander the Shuffler likes handing out like candy. We have a removal and 2 of our lookouts. All we need is a 3rd land, and we'll be in business. Keep. We get our 3rd land right away. That's a huge relief. We get another desert, but let's save this one for later. A Vinelasher. We'll play him out with Offspring as usual. Offspring automatically doubles the damage we'll do, so it's always the best option. They get a 3/3 token. It's too big to attack into and too small to use our removal. Let's play out our ramp guy. It's good for another 2 damage as well. We've already hit them for 6, and we haven't attacked. That's great stuff. They sacrifice their token, likely to get something scary. That's a free tutor for any one of their men they have in their deck. Wait a second. They got a Rot Priest? I was expecting something bigger. This will be fine for us. We'll be able to attack in and get in some hits. With Vinelashers, we don't mind drawing lands. We've taken them down to half their life, and we have yet to connect with our men. That's about to change, though. Let's send in our men, just the guys who are big enough to tangle with their rot priest. We should have known they'd have tricks up their sleeve. That's unfortunate, since we could have gotten more damage from our Vinelasher. They tap out to snipe our token. This gives us the opening to take out this guy, since now we know they won't have a protection spell available. That's right. Say goodnight. Sleep tight. Don't let the sharks bite. They get their rot priest back, but it might be too late. We can fire up our cottage and get in for 6 damages and take them down to 1 life. Here comes their guy again, but they have a limited amount of mana. They can't get us to 10 poison, and they aren't playing out blockers. That's GG's. This is Nether Nox. No wait, it's Net Rhino X. Happy Bloomburrow Day, bro. We get a decent 3-lander. It would be better had we a swamp up in here, but this will work out just fine. Keep. You ask for a swamp, you get a swamp. The shuffler is usually not so kind. That sleeper smacks of angry little black men. We are light on removals, but if we get one, that guy definitely has a target painted on himself. Let's get the talent down and make them toss a card. Limit their options early for a better shot tomorrow. And they have some pseudo discard. It's not real, but it's kind of like it. They take the negotiation. That leaves us with our Vinelashers. We could have gone with the Lookout, but let's go with the first of our 2 Vinelashers. We'll keep making these little men and get in damages with them. Skitter is a problem, but on the bright side, they tapped out, and their sleeper is still a 1/1. There's a removal. We have a couple of targets painted already. Yeah, we did this all backwards. We missed out on a couple points. Yet another bat. They're annoying, that's for sure. They take the removal and leave us the lookout. We draw a land that's 8 damage to them this turn thanks to the land and the lookout. All we gotta do is sit back and watch the hits. They throw down card draw, then they look to get in with their bats. Yes, please, send them. But they realize they'd go down a bat. Our lookout is anti-bat technology. This is a no-fly zone. It's decision time. We can level up our talent to level 3, or we can send our house. Sure, they could block up, but we're okay with making a trade. I imagine they might just chump block. They can't take the 4. If they do, all we need is to draw another land, or a lookout. They throw their sleeper in front of the bus, house. Another 3/3, and they play out a Tiny Bones as well. Looks like we'll be blocking from here on out. We can't swing in with a Death Touch 1/1 on their side. Another talent. This is going to push through some damages as well. They'll toss a card and take hits from our enchantments. It all comes down to this. They have 1 turn to kill us, or they die to enchantments, either ours or theirs. They send the entire team and the kitchen sink to boot. Let's block one of the bats. I don't remember which one has what. But if we get the negotiation, we can clear out their hand and they'll be toast. No jam. We drew a land. They were done once we played it out. GG's, bro. And that, my friends, is another satisfied customer.